Hello everybody, my name's Ryan and I'm a driving instructor. Today, how to move off. People have been asking for a while about how to do things, how they're going to move off from the side of the road or how they're going to do manoeuvres. I've been thinking about doing these videos for a while and doing them from my perspective, using the DVSA training material and doing the things that I teach my pupils. You might have been driving a manual for a really long time and thinking of switching to automatic. You might already be driving an automatic. You might be driving an electric car, might have done that switch. As you've done that switch, then you'll probably realise automatic wasn't as easy as what you thought it was. And you want to try and smoothen out some of those practices. I'm going to go through today about moving off from the side of the road. First thing you want to do is go through your cockpit drill, setting yourself up in the car. As soon as you get that car, you want to make sure the doors are closed, make sure all the doors are closed, that the lights are off, that there's nothing on the display telling you that the doors are open. You don't want to drive with your doors open. Next thing is, make sure your seat's adjusted. Make sure that the backrest is adjusted properly, or the seat height's adjusted, or your headrest is in the correct place. You want to make sure that you're comfortable to drive the car. You want to have your hands on the wheel in the right place. You want to be steering. I'm not going to give you tips about where your hand should be because that's a personal preference. As long as both hands are on the wheel, nobody really cares. You don't want to grip the wheel, you don't want to get pains in your arms. You want to be nicely steering the car, not too tight. Next thing, about your feet. The thing is that you haven't got a clutch in an automatic. Now, it might seem stupid, but some people don't know that. If you're going into that hybrid or the electric car, you don't have a clutch, you don't have a clutch in an automatic car. This one's a Clio, an internal combustion engine. It's got a 1.2 engine in it. Now with this car, I've got a footrest on my left hand side. And what I do is I rest my foot on it. The two pedals that are left, your brake and your gas pedal, well, they're on your right hand side. And you're going to flick between the two pedals. You're going to move your foot rotating around your heel. You want your toes to tickle those pedals. When you're setting your seat distance up, because you've got no clutch, when the engine is off, push the gas pedal all the way down the floor. You'll find you might get a little bit of resistance at the end, and sometimes it's a little clicky feeling. Well, that's kind of the overdrive, and lots of people call it all sorts of different things, step down and stuff like that. If you get to that point when you're trying to drive away, then that's when it holds the gear. Electric cars don't have that, you just push the pedal and go. What about the next bit then? Well, put your seatbelt on. Yeah? Everybody puts a seatbelt on, don't they? Sure they do. Well, you don't want it too tight that it's going to hurt you. You don't want it too slack that it's not going to hold you in the chair. You just want it resting against your body. So there you go. Doors, seat, steering, seatbelt. What's next, do you think? Oh yeah, your mirrors. So you want your mirrors set up in the right place. Now I've already done these ones because I drive this car. So you want your mirrors set correctly. You want a nice horizon right through the mirrors. Now the whole point of this was understanding how the automatic drives away. Well, put your foot on the brake in this car, which you do with most automatics. Put your foot on the brake. On some manuals you put your foot on the clutch to start the car. Push button, make it noisy. What we then do is we then put the vehicle in a drive. That might seem quite logical to most people, but people who've never driven automatics don't know that. We've got park, reverse, neutral and drive in this car. This car's semi-automatic. I can manually change gears if I need to, but I don't normally use that. In my normal driving, I've never really changed the gear in this car. I've never needed to. Once I put it in drive and I'm driving around, I'll leave it in drive. I don't even use the handbrake because I don't need to. Some cars have automatic handbrakes, so when you put your foot on the brake, the parking brake comes on. When you go back on the gas, when you release the brake and you go back on the gas, the parking brake automatically comes off. In this car, manual handbrake, in drive, handbrake off. I'm prepared. I'm ready to go. If I need to go, I've got no daft clutch balancing and braking and keep my hand on the handbrake waiting to pull off. I'm already prepared. Then what I do is I look around, I observe, I'll have a check all the way around. Now some people call it the 6 point or the 12 point or whatever point check you want. I prefer to think about it in a different way. I think about it as looking through every bit of glass in the car. So I'm looking round at every bit of glass. You can also think about it as potentially thinking about looking for a passenger. You're a bus driver. You're a bus driver. You're a bus driver waiting to leave the side of the road and you're about to set off. Before you set off, you're looking for your passengers. You're looking for that last minute runner. You're looking for the passenger that's running up towards your bus so that they can board the bus so you can drive away. So once you've observed, so you're prepared, you've observed, now you're going to complete your manoeuvre. Well, I've looked and I've assessed and I've decided what I'm going to do and I've acted. And the whole process has taken less than 3 seconds. I realise there's nothing there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move off from the side of the road. I'm going to drive away. I've made that decision for myself because it's automatic. No messing about with the clutch, no messing about with handbrakes. I simply move my foot onto the gas pedal and away I go. If I'm coming to any sort of junction or any sort of traffic light, I then come off my gas pedal first. The car doesn't have gears, I'm not changing down the gears. So because I'm not changing down the gears, the car automatically, hence automatic, goes down the gears. I might even use a little bit of brake just as I'm coming into my lights. Braking in, just coming into my hazard. But that's how I move off. I've never changed gear though, the whole time I've been driving around. I see people at lights, putting it in the park and stuff at lights and putting handbrake on. Never do that. Because if those lights change, you go, I've got to mess about and I'm not ready to go. Whereas as soon as you see amber, you're going to go right off the brake, little pause, on the gas, off I go. With an automatic, because you haven't got a clutch, you're holding the car on the brake before you set off. If I had an infinite runway, with infinite fuel and infinite health, then the car would trundle along forever at 5 miles an hour. If I was in reverse, then the car would wander along at 5 miles an hour in reverse if it was infinite runway. Because there's no clutch, you've got no control over it. You never need to normally, when you set off, you instantly use the gas pedal. You just come off your brake, then gently apply the gas. And as you get moving off, then you can apply more gas. Well, that's my guide to moving off from the side of the road. I hope it was useful for somebody, even if you've been driving forever, maybe not driving at all, or maybe even a newbie. I hope you got something out of this video. I think I might do some more of these. I've got other junctions, roundabouts maybe, certainly manoeuvres in the auto, because they're different. Automatic driving is not as easy as what people make it out to be. You've still got to look, you've still got to concentrate, you've still got to understand what's happening. If you like what you saw today, why not like and subscribe? It's New Year this weekend. Why not have a Happy New Year? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Really sunny today.